All right, the big picture of this class. Because this class is online, it is really important that you are self-directed and motivated to make this class a priority. If we were in class together, we would be seeing each other, twice a week for an hour and 15 minutes each time. I would then be sending you home with homework and studying, and you'd probably be spending, 8 hours on this class each week if we were in person. Now that we're online, you should be spending at least that amount of time doing the same thing. Watching the video lessons, filling out the notes, doing the homework, asking questions, studying, all of that. So it's really important each week that you spend time making time for this class. Please do not wait to the last minute to try to do it all and be successful. It is not going to work. You need to make sure that you spend time each day probably on this class, watching the videos, asking questions, doing the homework so that you can understand the material and that you're not overwhelmed. So start right at the beginning and make a schedule where you spend time each day on this course. Each week in Canvas and my math lab, you're expected to watch the video lessons that I've created. After you've printed off the blank student note packet, you should be watching those videos so that you can learn the material. You might need to pause, you might need to replay the video in order to make sure that you're understanding all of the information. You need to make sure that you complete every single problem that we do. And when I ask you to try it, pause the video and try it to make sure that you're actually understanding. At the end of the chapter, you are required to submit a picture of your completed notes, so it's important that you do those clearly and thoroughly so you get your full credit. Now, after each section, you should probably practice. You should be practicing each section that we learned by doing your homework in my math lab. This will give you a good idea of how much you're understanding the information and how much you maybe need to practice some of the information that you're not understanding. You might need to ask questions, you might need to do some more homework or more practice to make sure that you're fully understanding before it comes to test time. Now, it is your responsibility to follow the due dates in my math lab, so make sure that you're following those. They're not only in my math lab, but you might want to print off a course calendar and keep that next to you so you know when all of the homework sections are due. Typically, homework is due by Sunday night at midnight. So any section that we cover throughout that week, the homework is due Sunday at midnight, no exceptions. So again, please do not wait till Sunday to try to do all of it. It will be way too much. Please start as early as you can in the week and spend a little bit of time each day to do the videos and the homework and making sure that you understand. Now, we're in this together, so if you're ever having any issues, please let me know as soon as possible. I'd be happy to meet with you, happy to help you with whatever you need. Now, at the end of each chapter, we're going to test our knowledge. We're going to make sure that we understand the material in that chapter before moving on. As you probably know, math builds on itself. So the information we learn in chapter 11, we're going to use for chapter 12. And the information we use in chapter 11 and 12, we're going to use in chapter 13. So it's important that you're understanding throughout. We are going to take proctored exams after each chapter, whether that be in person, at our testing center or with ProctorU. Every exam will be proctored after each section. It's important that you complete the review in my math lab, and you can actually do that review in my math lab as many times as you need to before taking the test to make sure that you're prepared and you do the best you can. Make sure each week you watch the videos, you practice by doing your homework, you ask questions if you need to, and then make sure that you're studying for our exams.